ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरोन् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजाताम् सहगणा रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनासहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगणा ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त नमोऽस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमः ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामी निति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वती देवी गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna, welcome everyone to our Chaitanya Caritāmrta class. Thank you for joining. We are discussing from Madhya lila. We are on chapter 10. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is returning to Jagannath. He has returned to Jagannath Puri, and we discussed, we heard in the last class, all the various devotees of the Lord. They were so very happy, rejoicing. They were waiting since long. For 2 years, they were waiting for Mahaprabhu to return. And then ultimately, Mahaprabhu returns back. And when Mahaprabhu was there in South India, Prataprudra Maharaj asked Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, I have heard a great personality had visited Jagannath Puri and he has shown you great mercy. Can you please allow me to meet him also? And Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya says, actually, there are two problems in this. First is, he does not need kings, because kings means they are materialists. They are absorbed in material things. And secondly, even if I can try, but the problem is he is not there now. So after he returns, I shall try. So then Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya tells that he needs a place when he returns back. Can you arrange something? He says, of course, house of Kashi Mishra is the best. So you can please take him there. So Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya goes to the house of Kashi Mishra and informs him. Kashi Mishra was very happy. Moragriha Prabhupadera Hobe Avasthan. And then he prepares everything. In the meantime, all the devotees, they are reaching. Mahaprabhu reaches. All the devotees welcome Mahaprabhu. He goes and takes darshan of Jagannath Ji, goes to the house of Kashi Mishra. Kashi Mishra welcomes him very nicely. And Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya introduces all the devotees to Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And then Bhavananda Rai comes along with his four sons, Kalanidhi, Vidyanidhi, Vaninath, Gopinath, and Sudhanidhi. Mahaprabhu glorifies Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. He introduces, this is Bhavananda Rai, the father of Ramananda Rai. Mahaprabhu is so very happy. Anybody who has son like Ramananda Rai, his glories cannot be described in this entire world. And he shows mercy to Bhavananda Rai. Bhavananda Rai tells that I am giving my everything. And he tells, this Vaninath will be there with you always. And then Bhavanandarai leaves. Then other day, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he tells Sarvam Bhattacharya about Kal Krishnadas, how Kal Krishnadas left, seduced by Bhattacharya's. Mahaprabhu brings him back, saves him. Ultimately, on return, he tells, I can't, I have nothing to do with this Kal Krishnadas. You can decide whatever you want to do. Nityananda, Jagadananda, Mukunda Damodar, Charitane, Yukti Tavi, Korilantar. All the devotees are thinking how to engage this person again back in the service. They send him to Navadvip along with some Mahaprasad. Then Paramananda Puri arrives in Jagannath Puri. Mahaprabhu meets with him, gives him all the respect. Then Swarup Damodar Goswami arrives. Wonderful qualities of Swarup Damodar Goswami we have discussed. We have discussed in verse 105. So Swarup Damodar Goswami, he was residing at Navadvip under the shelter of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. That time his name was Purushottamacharya. And when Mahaprabhu took sannyas, Swarup Damodar Goswami became so disturbed. He went to Varanasi and took sannyas. Prabhura sannyas dekhi unmatto hoiya, sannyas grahana koila Varanasi giya. He also took sannyas. And then after conclusion of his sannyas, Chaitanyananda Bharati, his spiritual master, ordered him that you please read Vedanta, sutras and teach others. Kaviraj Goswami describes the glories of Swarup Damodar Goswami. Parama viraktate ho parama pandita kai mane ashriya che Shri Krishna charita. Parama viraktate ho. Swarup Damodar Goswami was a great renunciant, and at the same time Param Pandit, he was a great scholar. Kai mane ashriya che Shri Chaitanya Shri Krishna charit. With his heart and soul, he took shelter of Krishna. That is a renunciant. A renunciant's job is Kai Mane Ashriyache Shri Krishna Charit. To surrender to Krishna with life and soul. Kai and Mana, with the body and the mind, always engaged in service of Krishna. And then Kaviraj Goswami describes very wonderfully what was the motivating factor. What should be the motivating factor for a person to take to renounced order? Not to gain any name, fame, prestige, followers, not even disgust from the material world. The real purpose of taking sannyas is Nischinta Krishna Bhajigoy to Karane Sannyas Korilate ho Unmad Korilate ho Sannyas Grahane. Nischinta Krishna Bhajibo. He was very enthusiastic to worship Krishna without any disturbance. Unmad Koila. And therefore, almost in madness, he accepted sannyas. So one should be having this intense desire to serve Krishna without any distractions, without any other disturbance. One pointed focus to worship Krishna. That is the mood of a person when he renounces the world. No other motivating factor. If there is any other factor than this, then the sannyas may not last long. So that is very, very important. Why a person takes to renounced order life? Not out of disgust, not out of some material benefits, only one benefit. Nischinta Krishna Bhajibo. That is the baseline requirement. Disgust from the material world is needed when somebody practices Jnana Marga. As in third canto of Bhagavatam, when Devahuti, she approaches Kapiladev and tells, I am disgusted. Nirvinna nitaran bhuman asad indriya darshanat. I am disgusted with this material world. The desires to enjoy senses is so very difficult to give up. Enjoyment of the sense objects, very difficult to give up. Nirvinna, I am disgusted. So Acharya is right that this disgust is conducive for jnana. So when Kapil Dev, he saw that his mother was really disgusted. That was not conducive for bhakti. Bhakti means na nirvinna, na tisakta, bhakti yogasya siddhida. Not disgust, not attached. A person uses everything in Krishna's service. That is called as Yukta Vairagya. So for a renunciant in today's times, Nishinta Krishna Bhajipo means only one pointed focus to serve Krishna in any situation of life. So with this mood, Swarup Damodar Goswami took sannyas. Upon accepting sannyas, he followed the instructions of the spiritual master for some time. He gave up his shikha and his Brahman thread. That is how Mayavad sannyas is. In Mayavad Sampradaya, when one takes sannyas, one gives up shikha and one gives up the Brahman thread. So Swarup Damodar Purushottam Acharya, he did that. But he did not accept the saffron cloth. And he did not accept the sannyas name. He retained his brahmachari name, Swarup Damodar. Swarup is the name of a brahmachari in Mayavad Sampradaya, Shankara Sampradaya. So he retained that name. He remained Nishti Brahmachari. He did not accept the name of a sannyasi. Prabhupada writes. Actually, Purushottam Acharya did not accept sannyas order formally, but he renounced worldly life. Why he did that? Why he didn't accept the formalities of sannyas? He did not want to be disturbed by the formality of sannyas order. This is very interesting. When one takes sannyas, there are so many obligations come. Sannyasi has to follow so many rules and regulations. He has to be very under very strict rules. So Swarup Damodar was not so much interested in all this. He was interested in only thinking about Krishna. All the external rules and formalities, they were unnecessary obstacles for him. Prabhupada writes. He simply wanted to worship Krishna without disturbance. Therefore, with heart and soul, he took up to renounced order, but not the formalities accompanying it. So that is how the formalities, sometimes they take lots of time. Swarup was not so much interested, Swarup Damodar Goswami. Renunciation means not doing anything but serving the Supreme Lord. When one acts on this platform trying to please the Supreme Lord, one is both a sannyasi and a yogi. Prabhupada quotes this verse from 6th chapter, 1st verse, Bhagavad Gita. Anashrita karmakaram karmafalam karyam karma karvati yaha sa sannyasi cha yogi cha na nirabhirna chakri. Anashrita, not depending on anything, karyam karma karvati yaha. If somebody is working without any dependence on anyone, so sannyasi and yogi. If somebody is just working to please the Lord, he is a sannyasi, he is a yogi. Not that a person who does not light fire or does not work, does not do any work. He is not actually sannyasi or yogi. Anashrita karma phalam karyam karma karoti. One who works not depending on the results, and with one desire to serve Krishna and please Krishna, he is a sannyasi and yogi. After serving his spiritual master for some time, following his instructions, he took permission from his guru and he went to Nilachal. And he accepted the shelter of Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu. All day and night he was just absorbed in serving the Lord without any distraction. पांडित्येरवधि वाक्य नहीं कारो सने निर्जने रहे लोक सब नहीं जाने. Although Damodar, Swarup Damodar was Pandityera Avadhi, he was a limit of learned scholarship. Pandityera Avadhi Vakya Nahi Karusane, he would not talk to anyone. Nirjane Rahe, he would live in a solitary place. Nobody knew that he is such a great scholar. Lokasabha Nahi Jane. He concealed himself. He did not allow anyone to know his glories. Although he was expert in everything, but still, a devotee naturally is very humble. A devotee does not like to be glorified. He does not like his glories to be spread everywhere. He likes Krishna's glories to be spread everywhere. Madhavendra Puri, when Gopinath in Remuna stole sweet rice for him, everybody came to know. Toma lagi Gopinath kheer koila churi. Oh Madhavendra Puri, oh Madhav Puri, please come. Gopinath has stolen sweet rice for you. Everybody came to know. When Madhavendra Puri came to know, he ran away from that place. Pratisthar bhaye puri gela palaya, Krishna preme pratishtha chale sange gauraya. He ran away thinking that people will glorify me, people will give me all the respect, fame, worship. But he ran away, but Pratishtha followed him. Pratishtha, his fame had already reached Jagannath Puri, even before he reached there. But when it was an opportunity for service, he used his fame to get Chandan. So a devotee is not interested in fame or no fame. He is interested in serving Krishna. If by getting fame, by accepting fame, one can serve Krishna better, one accepts fame. Just like when George Harrison, he went to Prabhupada and said, Prabhupada, I want to give up my singing and I want to shave up and join. Prabhupada said, no, please don't do that. You are so famous. People, they know you, they appreciate and adore you. You sing songs about Krishna. That's a greater service. Swarup Damodar Goswami, he was not revealing his glories because the time had not come yet. Krishna Rasa Tattva Vitta Deha Prema Roop Sakshat Mahaprabhu Dvitiya Swarup. Krishna Rasa Tattva Vitta. He knew the essence of the ecstatic love of mellows in relationship with Krishna. Prema Swarupa. Krishna Tattva. Krishna Rasa Tattva Vitta Prem Deha Prema Roop. He was actually personification of love. Deha Prema Roop. A personification of ecstatic love. And then Kaviraj Goswami goes to such an extent, he says, Sakshat Mahaprabhu Dvitiya Swarup. He was directly represented by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as his represented Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as his direct expansion. Sakshat Mahaprabhu Dvitiya Swarup. What was the job of Swarup Damodar Goswami? As he was amazing scholar, Pandityera Avadhi Vakya Nahi Karusane. He was the epitome of all the scholarship. When he started staying with Mahaprabhu, Mahaprabhu was in Jagannath Puri. Every now and then somebody would come and they would tell, I have composed this book, I have written this book, composed these verses, I want to show this to Mahaprabhu. They had to pass through the scrutiny of Swarup Damodar Goswami. Swarup Damodar would first examine, he would see if the tattva is correctly presented. If there is no rasabhas, there is no conclusions which is against the principles of devotion, and if he sanctions, he passes, he approves, then only Mahaprabhu would listen. Bhakti Siddhanta Viruddha Rasabhas Shunite na hoye Prabhu Chittera Ullas. two things, Bhakti Siddhanta Viruddha and Rasabhas. If there is some opposite conclusive statement, or if there is some mixture of rasabhas, Mahaprabhu was not so happy to hear such things. Srila Prabhupada writes in the purport about this. Bhakti Siddhanta Viruddha refers to that which is against the principles of unity in diversity. Achintya Bhed Abhed. Rasabhas means something that may appear to be a transcendental mellow, but actually it is not. So those who are actual pure Vaishnavas, they avoid these both things. Bhakti Siddhanta Viruddha and Rasabhas. All the conclusions should be in line with this philosophy of Achintya Bhed Abhed, and there should be no mixture of rasas. There should be no overlapping mellows. Otherwise, one becomes Sahajya. Sahajya, there are many types of Sahajya Sampradayas. In the Adi Lila, Prabhupada writes a list of all that. Gauranga Nagari, Sakhi Dheki, Baula Baula Karta Bhaja Neda, all those things. Gauranga Nagari, they worship Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and they do Rasa Lila with Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, thinking that, oh, Krishna is Krishna, na? So what is the problem in doing Rasa Lila? But there is a Rasabhas. Mahaprabhu is Krishna, but the mood is different. He is in the mood of a devotee. So therefore it is not proper to have Rasa Lila for Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So therefore all these are called Rasabhas. So it is a practice that Swarup Damodar Goswami would examine all the literatures, he would find out if there is any problems and mistakes, he would correct them and then only he would allow them. Srila Prabhupada writes, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, he tells in his commentary, if something impedes the execution of devotional service, it should be understood to be impure. Impure devotees accept rasabhas or overlapping contradictory mellows and all the other principles which are opposed to the path of bhakti. So these sahajiyas, impure devotees, prakrita bhaktas, they accept all these things. And whoever accepts the conclusions of rasabhas or bhakti siddhanta avaruddha principles, they are never pure. And Mahaprabhu, he was not so happy to hear all these things. The Swarup Damodar Goswami, his job was to filter out any faults, any mistakes. Another service of Swarup Damodar Goswami was he would read the poems of Jayadev Goswami, Vidyapati, Chandidas, and that would make Mahaprabhu so very happy and satisfied. Sangeete Gandharva Sam Shastre Brihaspati Damodar Samar Nahi Mahamati. So Swarup Damodar, he was an amazing combination of a wonderful singer and par excellence scholar. Sangeete Gandharva Sam, he was like Gandharva in singing, expert musician, and Shastre Brihaspati, and in spiritual discussions, scriptural discussions, he was like Brihaspati, the guru of the Devtas. Damodar Samar Nahi Mahamati, there was nobody as intelligent and expert like Swarup Damodar Goswami. Prabhupada writes, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would call him Damodar because of his great expertise in singing and musical skills. So therefore, the name Damodar was given by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So ultimately, he was named as Swarup Damodar or Damodar Swarup. So he compiled a book, Swarup Damodar Goswami, he compiled a book named as Sangeet Damodar. He was expert in singing. So Swarup Goswami was very dear to all the other devotees, also Advaitacharya, Nityanand Prabhu, and so many other devotees led by Srivas Thakur. When Swarup Damodar came to Jagannath Puri, he offered obeisances in front of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And he recited a beautiful verse, which is mentioned in Sri Chaitanya Chandrodaya Natak. Very, very beautiful verse, which describes the 10 aspects of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mercy. Helo dhunit khedaya vishadaya pronmila damodaya samyak shastra vivadaya rasadaya चित्तार्पितोन्मादया शश्वत भक्ति विनोदया समदया माधुर्य मर्यादया श्री चैतन्य दया निधे तव दया भूयाद मंदोदया. So it describes the 10 aspects of mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in this verse. Helo dhunit khedaya, which easily drives away all kinds of material lamentation. Vishadaya, he makes everything pure and blissful. Pronmila Namodaya, awakens transcendental bliss. Samyak Shastra Vivadaya, there are so many conclusions in different scriptures. Mahaprabhu, he mitigates all the arguments in different scriptures. Samyak Shastra Vivadaya, he would dispel all the arguments, all the disagreements, would harmonize everything. Rasadaya, and he would put forth all the transcendental mellows. Chittarpitonmadaya causes jubilation of heart. Satchvat Bhakti Vinodaya always stimulates devotional service. Samadaya, along with full ecstasy and joy. Madhurya Marayadaya glorifies conjugal love. Sri Chaitanya Dayanidhe Tavadaya. O ocean of mercy, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, let your mercy awaken good fortune. Amandodaya. So these are the 10 aspects of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mercy. Srila Prabhupada writes in the purport about this beautiful verse. He quotes Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur tells, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the most magnanimous personality, and he distributes his causeless mercy in 3 ways. Helo Dhunit Khedaya. A materialist can gain freedom from all the material miseries. Vishadaya, the mind gets cleansed and mind gets purified of all the material contaminations. Pronmila Damodaya, and then one is enlightened in the loving service of Lord. These are the 3 prominent effects. And then Srila Prabhupada describes each and every word beautifully. Samyak Shastra Vivadaya. There are so many different kinds of scriptures. Every scripture gives different conclusions. And when somebody reads so many different types of scriptures, the result is confusion. We have heard in Adi Lila, when Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had gone to Gaya, had gone to Bengal, he met Kashi, he had met this personality, Tapan Mishra. And Tapan Mishra, he was reading so many scriptures to understand what is the essence. But the more he read, the more he was confused. Bahushastre bahuvakya chitte brahma hoy, sadhya sadhana shreshta na hoy nischay. If somebody reads many scriptures, many conclusive statements, chitte brahma hoy, one gets bewildered. Sadhya sadhana shreshta. What is sadhya? What is sadhana? One cannot understand. By the mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, we have understood the conclusions so very easily. Otherwise, even Vedic scholars cannot understand who is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Because the Vedas are made like that. Mukundamala Stotra describes The Vedas are like the forest. Amnaya Bhyasana Niranya Ruditam Veda Vratanyanvaham Veda Cheda Phalani Purta Vidaya Sarvam Hutam Bhasmani. Amnaya, all the Vedic scriptures, Abhyasani, if somebody is reading that, it is compared to Aranya Ruditam. It is like crying in the wilderness. If somebody goes in the forest and cries for help, nobody will come to help. So to understand the conclusion of scriptures, not so easy. Aranya Ruditam, all the vratas and the tapa mentioned in scriptures, Veda Vratani, they are only for one person purpose. Meda Cheda, to reduce fat. So what we have received by the mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, by mercy of Srila Prabhupada, it is rare mercy. To understand Krishna as Supreme Lord, it is rare mercy. Krishna himself tells in Bhagavad Gita, Manusyanam sahasreshu kashyad yatati siddhaye yatatam api siddhanam kashyan mam veti tattvataha. Out of thousands of men, few start inquiring about me, and out of those who start, only few know me. Kashyan, one person knows me. A Jnani knows Krishna after many, many births. Dhunam janmanam ante jnanavan mam prapadyate vasudeva sarvamiti sa mahatma sudurlabha. It is rare. So unless one receives the mercy of the Lord, it is not possible. Srila Prabhupada gives us a sequence of events which happens when one receives the mercy of the Lord. By the mercy of the Lord, one is freed from all the misconceptions. One starts engaging in service of the Lord. One gets purified. Vishadaya. And when one is purified, is filled with transcendent bliss, lila damodaya. And along with bliss, one experiences complete jubilation, chittar pitonmadaya. And then after the heart is filled with bliss, no material needs exist. And when material needs are not there, then what is the lament? Where is the question of lamentation? Because lamentation comes when one wants something, hankering, and when one loses something, lamentation. So when there is no material wants and hankerings, so where is the question of lamentation? So therefore, Helo dhunit khedaya, no lamentation. And then by the grace of the Lord, one is elevated to transcendental position, experiences the transcendental mellows of devotion, Sashwat Bhakti Vinodaya. He experiences all the rasadaya. And then his bhakti becomes form. Sashwat Bhakti Vinodaya Rasadaya. Then ultimately one experiences the limit of conjugal love. But this is all happening by the mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So it is an extraordinary, it is once in a life of, once in a day of Brahma affair. Krishna comes only once in a day of Brahma. And in the next Kali Yuga, Mahaprabhu comes. Srila Prabhupada, he describes in one of the lectures our rare fortune. He tells an example. Just imagine there is an ocean, huge ocean, and in that ocean there is a turtle swimming somewhere. And on the surface of this ocean there is a log of wood floating. And in this log of wood there is a hole. This turtle, he comes out of the waters once a year. So in the ocean, one turtle is swimming, and on the surface of the ocean, somewhere there is a log of wood with a hole in it. And the turtle comes once in a year out of the water. What are the choices? What are the odds that when this turtle comes out of the water, his head will come out of the hole in that wood? It's practically impossible. Srila Prabhupada would tell, that is the award we have received. Unimaginable mercy. It is all by the mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So when Swarup Damodar Goswami, he came and he offered obeisances, Mahaprabhu, he embraced him, he picked them up, embraced him, they both went into ecstasy, fell unconscious. Again, they regained their consciousness and Mahaprabhu started speaking with him. He told, I saw in the dream that you are coming. And just see now you have come. I'm really happy. I was like a blind man. Now, after you coming here, my vision is restored. Swarup Damodar, he expresses his humility. He says, oh my Lord, who am I? Swarup kahe Prabhu mora shama aparad, toma chhadi anyatra genu, karinu aparad, karinu pramad. Swarup Damodar Goswami says, please forgive me, O my Lord. I left you and I was going everywhere. It was my mistake. Please forgive me. Swarup kahe Prabhu mora shama aparad. Please forgive my offense. I left you. I went elsewhere. Tomara charane mora nahi prema lesha. Toma chhadi papi mui dinu anya desha. Oh my Lord, Tomara charane mora nahi prem lesha. I have no love for you. That's why I left you and went everywhere. That is the humility of a great personality. They never think that they have Krishna prem. Just like Shad Goswamis, they were telling, He Radhe Vrajadevi ke chalalite, He Nanda Suno Kuta. Swarup Goswami, Sanatan Goswami, when they come in front of the Lord, they say, नीच जाति नीच सेवी करी नीच काज तुम्हारो अग्रते प्रभु कहते वशिलाज. We are more fallen than जगाए मधाय होते मुझसे पापिष्ट जगाए मधाय होते कोटि कोटि गुण अधम पतित पापी आमी दुहिजन. That's the natural humility of a great personality. Bhaktivinoda Thakur is saying, Gopinath mama nivedana shuno vishay durjana sada kame rato ichu nahi mora gunam. The difference between a pure devotee exhibiting his fallen condition and a sadhaka exhibiting his fallen condition. The pure devotee, he is completely aware of the glory of the Supreme Lord. Their fallen condition is when they compare Krishna's glory, greatness. They're not so much concerned about their fallen condition. They are concerned about Krishna's greatness. And that makes them proud of their Lord. And as a result, naturally they tell, oh, we are no one. But for a sadhaka with false ego, we are not so much aware of the glories of the Lord. So we are just thinking, how fallen are we? So that is the difference. So Swarup Damodar he is expressing his humble fallen condition, his humility. Oh, I am so so sinful. I did so much offense. I have no love for you. That's why I left you. Mui toma chhadila, tumi morena chhadila, kripa pash gole bandi charane anila. Then he explains how a devotee is protected by the Lord. Mui toma chhadila, tumi morena chhadila. That is the hope for a conditioned soul. Even if we leave Krishna, Krishna will never leave us. Mui toma chhadila, tumi morena chhadila. That is the hope for a conditioned soul. We have not accepted Krishna's proposal for many, many lifetimes. Every life, Krishna comes and gives proposal, tells us, please come back. This place is not a place to stay. We have never accepted his advice. But Krishna has not left us. Me more na chhadila. Because he has taken a vow. Just like a father, he will never leave even the most stubborn, impudent child who never follows any instructions. So in every life, Krishna is coming, he's there as Paramatma guiding the living entities. Please come to me. That is the hope a living entity has. So he's saying, by your rope of mercy, Kripa Pash Gole Bandhi Charane Anila. That is how Krishna is working to protect his devotees and bring living entities to his lotus feet. Kripa Pash Gole Bandhi Charane Anila. So that is a rope of mercy. That rope of mercy comes through devotees, and that rope of mercy is the rope of devotion. It is described in Mukundamala Stotra. Now, in Padyavali, sorry, Prabhupada Goswami mentions, Manasi Japani Jushte, Labdapatos Vidushte, Timiragahana Rupe, Hanta Sansara Kupe, Ajita Nikhil Raksha, Hetu Sansara Daksha, Upanaya Mama Haste, Bhakti Rajju Namaste, Manasi Ja. A person who is running in the forest falls down in a well, and in this well there are snakes. That snake is the snake of desires, which arises from the mind, which takes birth from the mind. Manasi Jafani Jushte. When the snake of desires, they take birth from the mind, they bite us. Labdapatos vidushte. And then as a result, we fall down deep. In this deep dark well, Timira Gahana Rupe, in this deep dark well of material existence, Hanta Sansara Kupe, we are there, fallen. Oh my Lord, you are Ajita, you are unconquerable. Ajita Nikhil Raksha, please protect me, oh my Lord, because you are Daksha. You are expert in protecting your devotees. How somebody will be saved? Upanaya Mama Haste. Unless somebody throws a rope from the top, a person who is in this well cannot be saved. This rope is the rope of devotion. Bhakti Rajju Namaste. So therefore he's saying Kripa Pasha Gole Bandhi. He ties a rope of mercy around the neck and just pulls the devotee back to his lotus feet. The difference between a street dog and a pet dog, the pet dog has a band around his neck. Otherwise, he'll be shot dead by the municipal or authorities. Unless we have a rope of devotion around our neck, Mayadev is always ready to shoot us down. Kripa Pashut Gole Bandhi Mole Charane Anila. So Swarup Damodar Goswami, he is offering his obeisances, expressing his humility, and then he offers obeisances to Nityananda Prabhu. And Nityananda Prabhu again embraced Swarup Damodar Goswami. All the other devotees, they come, they meet Swarup Damodar Goswami, Jagadananda, Mukunda, Sarvam Bhattacharya. They all meet Swarup Damodar Goswami. They are very happy. Then Swarup Damodar Goswami meets Paramananda Puri. He offers obeisances. Paramananda Puri embraces him. That is all these loving relations we can see in Chaitanya Caritāmrta. In Bhagavatam, we hear the glories of relation between devotees, but that relation in action we can see in Chaitanya Caritāmrta, where everyone is just so much eager to be with the devotees and offering respects to devotees, the etiquettes they follow. In Bhagavatam, in few occasions we see how a person shows respect to other devotees. And the epitome of that is shown in Dhruv Maharaj's case. And Dhruva, he saw that Nanda Sunanda, the Vaikuntha associates of the Lord, they have come to take him. And they glorify Dhruva. You are so wonderful, so fortunate. You will be given Dhruva a position which is not attained by any of your ancestors. And they tell Dhruva, please board the plane. Dhruva is waiting for you. Now, just imagine, Vaikuntha Viman has come. They are welcoming you also, please come. So naturally, anybody will say, okay, let me come immediately. I don't want to stay in this particular. But how Dhruv Maharaj respected each and every devotee there. Nishamya Vaikuntha Niyojya Mukhayo Madhuchutam Vacha Murukra Priyaha Munim Kritabhisheka Kritanitya Mangalo Munim Pranamya Shishamabhyavadayat. Nishamya heard Vaikuntha Niyojya Mukhayo. He heard the beautiful nectarian words from the mouth of these associates of Vaikuntha, Lord Vishnu. Madhuchutam, they're dripping with honey. What he did? Kritabhishekaha Krita Nitya Mangalo. He first took his bath, he did his morning oblations, he did his puja, he did his sadhana. In our current context, he did his 16 rounds of chanting. And then what he did? Munin Pranamya Ashisham Abhyavadayat. He took blessings from all the sages who were present there. What was the need for him to take blessings? He was already going to the spiritual world and they were not going. But he realized, he knew devotees' blessings are needed at every step of life. And in Caitanya Caritāmrta, you see these relationships, these dealings every now and then. All the devotees, they are so very happy and loving, serving each other, dancing, singing, chanting with each other. So Swarup Damodar Goswami, he meets with all the devotees. Everybody was very happy. He met with Paramananda Puri. Then Swarup Damodar Goswami was given a solitary place by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and Mahaprabhu gave him a servant also. Told him, please take care of Swarup Damodar Goswami. Next day, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was sitting with some of his associates, and Sarvam Bhattacharya was there. They were discussing Krishna Katha. One devotee came and told, Govinda has come. Ishwara Purira Bhritya Govindat Moranam Puri Gosairagyaya Inutomarasthan. So Govinda, he came, he appeared there, very humbly offered obeisances and he started speaking. I am the servant of Ishwara Puri. Ishwara Purira Bhritya. My name is Govinda and Puri Gosaira Agyaye. By his instructions, by his orders, I have come here. That is the pride of our disciple. Ishwara Purira Bhritya. A disciple, he is proud of his connection with his Guru, with the entire parampara. He is not proud of his personal qualifications. He is proud of his connection with acharyas and parampara. Puri Ragyai, because he has given instructions, that's why I have come here for. And why I have come here? Siddhi Prapti Kale Gosai Agya Koila More Krishna Chaitanya Nikate Rahi Sevila Tahare. At the time of passing away from this world, as he was departing from this mortal world, Siddhi Prapti Kale Gosai Agya Koila Mori. He gave me instructions. What instruction he gave? Krishna Chaitanya Nikate Rahi Sevila Tahare. Please go and serve Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And my god brother Kashishwar is also coming in some time. He has gone to various holy places for darshan. He'll also come in some time. So we both have been given this instruction to serve you. So that's why I have come. So Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu replied, well, Ishwar Puri is so very affectionate, like a father. He always cares for me. He is thinking of me. That's why he sent you here. But then he told Sarvam Bhattacharya, all the disciples of Ishwar Puri, they are my god brothers. I cannot take service from my god brother. That is not good. It is not befitting. Prabhupada writes, both Kashishwar and Govinda were servants of Ishwar Puri. And after Ishwar Puri's demise, Kashishwar went to all the holy places and Govinda came immediately here. Actually, before that, before this conversation, when Govinda, he came and told, I have come to serve you because Ishwar Puri has given me orders. Sarvam Bhattacharya asked Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, why Ishwar Puri accepted a servant from a Shudra, a disciple from a Shudra society? Govinda was from a Shudra class. Srila Prabhupada writes, after getting initiated from a Brahmana guru, from a devotee, one becomes a Brahman. According to Smriti Shastras, actually, a Brahmana cannot accept disciple from a lower caste. But Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is so wonderful. He doesn't wait for the pastime to unfold and tell in subsequent verses what is going to happen. The answer will be given. Mahaprabhu will give the answer. But Srila Prabhupada is putting all the conversation in the current purport only. That's what he does in all these situations. Why Srila Prabhupada does that? Why he doesn't wait for the pastime to unfold itself? He's so very eager always. He's always thinking, what if a person doesn't go ahead and study more? Let me give everything here only, so that they'll get the benefit of reading everything. Sri Prabhupada writes, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu replied that his guru, spiritual master, Ishwar Puri, was so empowered and he was as good as Supreme Lord. That is how Guru is Sakshat Hari Tvena Samasta Shastra. Spiritual master is as good as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So Ishwar Puri can bestow mercy on anyone. So therefore he is authorized by Krishna. If Krishna can purify anyone, Guru can also purify anyone. And Prabhupada uses a very wonderful word. He says, Krishna Shakti Vina Nahi Tara Pravartan. Spiritual master is empowered by Krishna and he can spread the glories of Krishna, for he has the power of attorney from the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Guru has received the power of attorney. On my behalf, you can give this mercy to anyone and everyone. Prabhu kahe Ishwar hoye parama swatantra, Ishwarera kripa nahi veda paratantra. Krishna is supremely independent. He can give mercy to anyone. He is not dependent on any scriptural rules and regulations. So therefore, please don't think that why Ishwar Puri has accepted disciple from Shudra class. Ishwarera kripa jata kuladi namane vidurero ghare Krishna korila bhojane. He gives an example. Are Vidurji was from a Shudra. His mother was Shudrani. If Krishna can take food in the house of Shudra, what is the problem in the devotee of the Lord taking a disciple from a lower class? No problem. Ishware Kripa Jati Kuladina Mane. When Lord wants to show mercy, he doesn't think he is from a lower caste Why should I give mercy? No, bhakti is independent. Kirat, Amanandra, Pulinda, Pulkasha, Abhira, Shumba, Yavana, Kazadaya, Yanya Chapapa, Yadapa, Shraya, Shraya, Shuddhanti Tasmai, Prabhu Vishnave Namaha. One gets purified. By the practice of bhakti, anyone gets purified. Sneha Lesha Peksha Matra Shri Krishna Kripara Sneha Vasya Haya Kore Swatantra Vachara. Lord's mercy is independent, but it is dependent on only one thing, on affection. When Lord is affectionate towards someone, he shows mercy to that person. Otherwise, he acts independently. And his independent action is only to show mercy to his devotee. Prabhupada writes, service to the Lord can be rendered in two ways, in Aishwarya and in without Aishwarya, in affection and in veneration. When a person serves the Lord in affection, that is the Lord's special mercy. When somebody serves the Lord in veneration, it is doubtful whether Krishna is showing mercy or not. Aishwarya Jnani te sarva jagat mishrit Aishwarya shithila prema nahi mora preet. So therefore, whenever Krishna wants to show mercy, he does not think, oh, whether this person is a high caste or low caste or Brahmana or a Shudra. No. Vidurji was accepted by Krishna. Therefore, similarly, Ishwar also accepted a servant or disciple from a lower class. What is the problem? And then he quotes from Hari Bhakti Vilas. Sanatana Goswami tells, Yatha kanchanadam yati kamsyam rasa vidhanatah tatha diksha vidhanena dvijatvam jayate na. A bell metal, when it is mixed with mercury, can be transformed into gold. Similarly, a person, when he gets initiated, he also becomes a Brahman. So that's how, that is the power of my Guru. Maryada hoite koti sukha sneha charane paramananda hoyar nama shravane. So in conclusion, dealings in affection with the Supreme Lord brings happiness many, many million times greater than dealings with awe and reverence. So therefore, Lord is controlled by affection. So Lord and his devotees, they both are same. So therefore, there is no fault in Ishwar Puri accepting Govinda. Saying this, Mahaprabhu, he embraced Govinda and he gave the service of taking care of his personal body. And Govinda, he became such a great fortunate soul. And actually before that, before giving the seva of serving his body, first Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya asked, how can a Shudra be initiated by your Guru? After this debate was solved, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asked another question to Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. There is a problem. He has come to serve me. How can I accept him? He is my god brother. Why should not take service from the god brothers? Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya says, the instruction of Guru always holds prominence. Bhatta kahe Guru Ragyay hoye balavan, Guru Ragyay na langye shastra praman. The instruction of the Guru is always supreme. No one should disobey the instructions of Guru. That is written in scriptures. He gives an example. Just like being ordered by his father, Parshuram killed his mother. And Lakshman served his brother Ram in all the situations. So therefore, one should follow the instructions of spiritual master without any consideration. He quotes this from Raghuvansha. He quotes another verse from Ayodhya Khanda, where Mother Sita is telling, order of a great personality like father must be executed without any consideration because it brings fortune for both of us. and for sure it will bring fortune for me. So therefore, please accept him in your service. So Mahaprabhu embraced Govinda, accepted him. He gave him service to take care of his personal body. प्रभुर प्रिय भृत्य कोरी सब कोरे मान सकल वैष्णवेर गोविंद कोरे समाधान. Prabhur Priya Bhritya, and Govinda became the dearmost servant of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And Govinda, he was not just serving Mahaprabhu, he was serving all the Vaishnavas there. So that is a devotee. He's not thinking, I have been given the service of Supreme Lord. Why should I serve anyone else? No, a devotee knows service to the Lord and service to the devotees of the Lord. They are both equally important. Govindera Sange Kore Prabhure Sevan. So along with Govinda, few other devotees were also serving Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Chota Haridas, Bada Haridas, Ramai, Nandai. These four devotees, they were serving Govinda, assisting Govinda in serving Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And nobody could understand him. Imagine the extent of Govinda's fortune. Govindera Bhagya Simaya Nayaya Varnan. So that is how Govinda was so very fortunate. We'll stop here. We'll continue next time the further story of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna, Shri Prabhupada ki jai. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ki jai. Shri Krishna Das Kaviraj Goswami ki jai.